It's small, and it's hard to see, even upstairs. I wasn't saying hi to you. I was just saying it's cool that you got that seat because you can see, but nobody else can. It's kind of a weird room, that's all I had to say. Anybody's welcome to come on stage if you'd like to, I don't give a fuck. By the way, Gary Glitter's hiding in the chimney. Don't bring your kids. Remember the joke about there's a kid, a little kid, like about 9, 10. He's walking down the street and he finds a welding mask and he puts it on. He's playing with it and they're cool. They got that little, window there. He's enjoying it. I would have fun with it. They're cool. And a pedophile is driving by him. Sees the kid and he convinces the kid to get in the car. You see the Gary Glitter pedophile segue there. I'm sure you all do. Right. But it'd have been any bigger. But anyway, so they're driving along, and the pedophile, the kid's playing with masks, loving the mask, and he says to the kid, he says, "Hey, you ever seen a man naked?" And the kid says, No. He says, "Would you like to see a man naked?" And the kid says, No, never. And so he's playing with the mask, and the guy's driving, and he goes, "You ever been in a locker room with a lot of men?" And the kid says, No. He says, "Would you like to be in a locker room with a lot of men?" And the kid says, "No, not really." And he's playing with the mask, They're driving along. He says, "Do you know what it means when a naked man has an erection?" And the kid says, I think you've made a mistake. I'm not really a welder." There's always one welder in the crowd like, "What? What have you heard?" And there's the other one. Jim, the fireman. There's a burning building, and the sergeant, the fireman, runs in there, and he sees one of his firemen fucking some guy in the ass, He goes, "What are you doing?" He says, "He had smoke inhalation." He says, "Well, you're supposed to give him mouth to mouth." He says, "How do you think this got started?" That's a song I wrote for my mother. Open up the gates for her. Hear the trumpets blare. A warm Miles Davis welcome. Let her dance with Fred Astaire. Open up the gates for her. Bring her Estee Lauder and pictures of her daughter and her only son. She'll want them. Open up the gates for her. She don't need no resume, no credit check today, no references except mine. But open up your ears to her. She will teach you of compassion, and she will help you fashion tenderness in time. Don't lose her in paperwork or files. Don't shuffle her along with phony smiles, 'cause I've lost faith in even you. Open up your ears to me. Though I'm no man of great renown, I got no weight to throw around, and perhaps I'm headed down. But if I hear she's been ignored, deprived of her reward, heaven had seen no fury like a son that's scorned. Be forewarned. Open up the gates for her. Wider, wider, wider. See the love that is inside her. So this is 3 absolutely true drug-related incidents that happen to me. Oh, when you're young, when you are young, When you are young, you should have nothing more than fun. You should swim in every gutter. You should ravish every lover. You should torment every mother when you're young. When you're young, when you are young, when you are young, you should have nothing more than fun. You should snort into the sunrise, bleed through the whites of your eyes. You should never pause to disguise when you're young. When you are old, when you are old, when you are old, 1,000 stories to be told. Learning how to fly right, running every stoplight, making every cockfight when you're young. And when I was 21, I had little time for fun. I was balancing the college and the band. Now driving home one day, I saw along my way 2 hitchhikers I picked up in my van. What seemed so very silly, they kept on saying chilly instead of saying cool. That was the word. Chilly that, chilly this, chilly hit, chilly miss. It seemed the oddest thing I'd ever heard. Well, up came the cannabis, and let me tell you this. They rolled a joint as big as a redwood tree. Redwood tree's a big fucking tree. A shotgun on the menu. Barely got them to their venue. Lost in the cloud of smoke that consumed me. I was so high, I was truly blind. I almost lost my chilly mind. But I got them to the chilly place. They had to chilly stay. I said, thanks, boys, it was chilly. You nearly chilly killed me. I want you all to have a chilly fucking day. When you are young, when you are young, when you are young, you should have nothing more than fun. Oh, you should dance into the dawn on the hotel lawn. All your clothes are gone when you're young. Now at 4 a.m. you lack that substance known as crack. You've been smoking for 3 days. You are blind. You fall down on your knees. You scan the carpet and say, please, just one more rock. I'll leave it all behind. You know that it is gone, but then you stumble on a small rock. How could you have missed it? Your heart goes patter-pitter. You know it's kitty litter, but you put it in your pipe. You can't resist it. You've all fucking done it. Now God is pressing matters. The Middle East is in tatters. Storms have our cities down the drain. But you've been good all year. Could he just see his way clear to turn that litter into rock cocaine? And as you bend the flame, you call to God by name. Lord God and I, have you got my back? Because in your fevered mind, he's turned water into wine. So can he just perform the miracle of the crack? When you are young, when you are young, when you are young, you should have nothing more than fun. Oh, never doubting you can fly. Never pause to wonder why. Never thinking you will die when you're young. Now, I was trading toast on the Florida coast with a friend who told me quite the tale. Although the fish weren't biting, he had an unusual sighting on a fishing trip when he set sail. Something caught his eyes when there on the horizon, a suspicious box floated curiously. So he glanced in each direction, and sensing no detection, he brought it home to open it and see. It was an amazing sight. All this powder, just off-white. He dipped a knife and took a little snort. But much to his dismay, no reaction came his way. His cocaine was a dud, I must report. But he kept on sifting through, and what I tell you is true. A crematorium medallion he did find. Absolutely true. And he let out a great cry. See, he had snorted a dead guy. To this day, a ghost is wandering through his mind. When you're young, when you are young, when you are young, you should have nothing more than fun.